Hey, what's going on, my amazing captains and coaches? I just want to say thank you so much for being leaders that add value to this organization. And so, what I want to do is every other month, I want to send out just a quick tip in how I can add value to your leadership. And so, many of you are great, amazing, phenomenal leaders already. If you weren't, you probably or shouldn't be in the place where you're at. You wouldn't be in the place where you're at. Let me say that. And so, because you guys are great leaders, what I want to do, and one of the things I feel like is my responsibility, is to add value, is to add even more to your leadership toolbox. And so every other month, I'm going to send out just a quick video and just, a quick tip in how to enhance your leadership. And so your quick tip for this month is I want you guys to be thinking this way: intentionally encourage your team. Intentionally encourage your team. If you can be a leader who intentionally encourages your team, it's one of the things that'll take your team to our teams to the next level. And so, for instance, imagine with me three different types of workplaces. Imagine with me the first workplace. Maybe this is a workplace where you're constantly berated, where people are making fun of you, people are constantly saying that you're not performing up to standard, where you are constantly, lacking behind the status quo. And so you probably wouldn't last long in that type of environment. Imagine with me a second type of workplace. Maybe this workplace, they don't make fun of you, they don't berate you, but maybe they don't encourage you either. And maybe this is just a workplace where you come in, you check out, you come in, you do your work, and then, you leave and nobody really says anything to you. Now, imagine with me, though, a third type of workplace. And this workplace is when you come in, people are encouraging you. As soon as you come to your office or your cubicle, people are saying, "We are so glad that you're here. Our team would not be the same without you." And with each thing that you do, you're encouraged. Thank you so much for making that phone call, though. Your people skills are amazing. Thank you so much for organizing, this big mess that we had. Man, you were just so good organizationally. Now, out of those three workplaces, what workplace would you like to work at? I think all of us would say the third one. Now, unfortunately, though, even though I think in terms of our volunteer teams, even though I think we're not the first place where people are negative towards you, I feel like more often than not, for being honest, maybe our volunteer teams are more like the second place, where people aren't berating you, but they're not really being encouraged either. As leaders, I want to encourage us. Let's be a people who intentionally encourage our team. Let's be a people where our priority on Sundays to not only get the job done, but to make our teams feel loved and valued. And so, how do we do that? Okay, two things real quickly. How do we do that? Number one, you look for it. As leaders, you're not going to probably see it. You're not going to catch it from the corner of your eye. You're going to need to look for it. And sometimes you might need to dig way down deep into the barrel to find something to encourage somebody about, but you're going to need to look for it. You're going to need to look at your greeter teams. You're going to need to look at your prayer team partners. You're going to need to look at your ushers and find things that you can appreciate and encourage people in. You're not going to be dishonest, but you're going to find the little things that you can encourage them in. And so you need to look for it. The other thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to be specific. Imagine the first type of, now take two different types of compliments. One compliment says, "Man, you are so awesome." Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Now, here's the second type of compliment. "You are awesome. Let me tell you why." Man, you have an uncanny ability to make people smile. In fact, as soon as people walk through our doors, man, I love the way that you smile. I love the way that you greet our people. I love the way that you drop whatever you're doing and you shake their hands. You make them feel so welcomed. Now, which compliment would you like? The generic first kind or the specific second kind? As leaders, let's be people who are specific about the way that we encourage our teams. And I'll tell you what will happen if we start encouraging our teams in this way. Two things will happen. Number one, our teams will become a healthy place, a healthy culture where people would actually want to keep serving. In fact, it's going to grow because if people like serving, they're going to pull people to serve with them because they think it's the best place to be. So your culture is going to be healthy and it's going to grow. And the second thing that'll start to happen is that our volunteers, our team will take their games to the next level because what you encourage gets repeated. So if you see Joe over there by the door, and maybe he only did it one time, but you caught him that one time greeting people as they come in, that he didn't have his back turned towards the door talking with his friends, but for that one time you saw him facing the door and greeting people. And when you encourage Joe in doing that, I'll tell you what, more than likely the next time he'll want to make sure that he's facing facing that door, and he wants to make sure that what you rewarded in him, that he'll repeat. And so our teams will take it to the next level. And so again, as in leaders, I just want to encourage you, let's intentionally encourage our teams, because it'll make our teams healthy, and man, and it'll make people want to serve, and it'll just take our teams to the next level. And how do we do that? We look for it and we're specific. So that's our tip for this month, and hopefully we can apply that, and that adds to you. A lot of you guys do this already, but I just want to encourage that if we don't, let's consider adding this to our job description on Sunday mornings, that we are the main encouragers of our team. So I love you guys, and thank you so much for everything you guys do. Till next time.